Coach John Harbaugh joins us here on Evan and Tiki.
Evan Roberts, Sean Morash, Coach Harbaugh.
Coach, nice to meet you.
Guys, good to be with you guys here. I'm trying to get these headsets don't fit quite as well as the ones on the sideline.
It's a little different.
A little different.
Was there any moment, because I know Sean's a diehard Giant fan, he was worried over the weekend. It's not done yet. They're dotting I's. They're crossing T's. Was there any concern over that little window of time that this wasn't going to happen, that this was going to fall apart?
I don't really know. I just know that it worked out for the best. I'm excited to be here. I mean, these families are amazing. This place is different in a lot of great ways. I mean, it's just one of a kind. It is iconic. It's like the best word I can even think of. I don't know. It's the New York Giants. It's the New York Football Giants. It was probably going to be them from the beginning. You know, that was the first thought when things happened the way they did.
Yeah.
I almost feel like God was there all the way, and He was kind of speaking that out. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited about it.
Now, Coach, I know it was hard to leave Baltimore, but we heard Steve Bisciotti talking after the fact, and he was talking about you and the fact that Mike Tomlin also got fired and the process of what it took to get done. But in my mind, I'm saying, I wonder if John really wanted to leave. Was it time in Baltimore?
You know what? It's in God's time, man. So it was, because that's what happened. That's
Right.
how I look at it, you know. And I'm a believer in that. I think all things work for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose, you know. And I feel like, you know, this is, you know how it is. I mean, every single game is tough. Every single season is like a lifetime, you know. It's a lot of work, and you go through a lot of things, and hopefully you have something to protect you, and that's kind of where I'd start. So I don't worry about it.
Right.
You know, I want to win games. I want to make people happy. But at the end of the day, it's going to go the way it's going to go, and it's not in anybody's control. So what's next is what matters, and what's next is the New York Football Giants.
Yeah.
So
you know what I heard?
What'd you hear there?
Dave's got fired in a week, whatever that was. Yeah, I want to.
Right away.
I want to go there.
You're thinking about it
I'm
6
just
weeks
kidding.
in. You know, Steve Bisciotti said something fascinating. He said, I told Coach Harbaugh where I recommend he should go, but I won't reveal that until Coach does. So we were playing the game on the air because we played the audio, and I said, Bisciotti told him to go to the Giants. Can you reveal what he told you, his advice on where you should go?
No, he didn't tell me anything. So I don't know what he
He
said.
didn't? He made it
No,
up?
He told me to take a year off. He told me to
really?
take a year away.
That's because he
told me-
doesn't want you coaching
He
against
told me
him.
he was going to pay for a year's vacation. I didn't, and I'm sure he's going to hear this quote because it's going to be out there. I want to mention it to me. It is in the contract. So that is true what you're saying. But I wasn't going to do that, and he knew that too, because he knows me. I mean, we love each other. We
Right.
always will. And
By the way, he seems awesome.
he's a great guy.
And he doesn't talk enough, because a lot of owners should follow his mentality towards addressing media.
Yeah,
Just be real.
Just be real. He's real. He's always real. That's who he is. But you saw, that's who he is every day. You know, he's great.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, you brought up your dad, which I think is great, because the
That's
Giants to me are like, my dad taught me the Giants. Like, that's what gets passed on. What about your dad watching? Like, what was the most identifiable thing about the New York Football Giants your dad saw that drove you here?
He saw the physics. He saw people getting blocked. That's the number one thing that he saw. He saw people being blocked, and you know, it's kind of important, Tiki.
No
You
doubt.
remember that?
Yeah.
You know,
How
you know-
committed are you to a 1,000-yard rusher every year?
Yeah, you got to have it. You got to have it. We've had. I think we had almost
Sean O'Hara wanted me to
2,000
ask.
2 years ago. That's
Yeah.
a good question. Yeah.
Right.
No, we got. We've set records running the ball in the past, and you know, I mean, obviously a lot of it has to do with Lamar Jackson.
Of course.
And we had players that can do it, but everything starts up front on both sides of the ball. It starts with the offensive line. You build a good offensive line, all those other guys, all the playmakers, they look better. You know,
course.
and they know that. You know that
Of
more than
course.
anybody.
Dude,
right?
I give all credit. I had 10,000 yards rushing. It wasn't because I was a 10,000-yard rusher. I had a good offensive line in front of me. But
You're pretty darn good.
No, I mean, I was elusive.
Humble
I
too.
was fun. But when you look at this team's offensive line, they were top 6 in rushing this year. What can you build on from that? And specifically the two running backs. They're very different in their, I guess, craziness factors. Cam is insane, but Tyrone Tracy is more of a slasher. He kind of like runs like I used to run.
Yeah.
What do you see in this run game that's exciting for you?
Well, I mean, I just think that you've got guys that are willing to block, and you got good hard runners. The thing that I've noticed in this league that's really interesting to me right now is because there's really a lot of hard running backs. The guys run hard. I mean, all the teams that they spread you out, the back runs hard. The teams that bring it in and condense a little bit more, the backs run hard. They're lowering their shoulder. They're getting north. They're putting the ball away. It's just a lot of good running back play in this league. So, you know, those guys, the fact that we have two excellent running backs, I mean, it starts with that.
Yeah.
If you want to run the ball, you better have a good, great running back.
Right.
We're talking to Coach John Harbaugh at his introductory press conference. Just to put an end to the Baltimore era, a couple of quick questions. Number one, any regrets on that final drive with – I'm not trying to make you laugh. I'm curious. Any regrets on that final drive taking the knee before the loop field goal attempt?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like every single time you do something, it's if it doesn't work, I wish I'd have done the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been that way. So, yeah, hand it off and see if Derrick Henry can go score, But in the moment, you think of the downside too. You put some things at risk, and what if the worst thing happens that way too? So I think you can always look back and have regrets. So I wouldn't really say regrets. I mean, you put everything you have into it. You shouldn't really have regrets. Disappointment, absolutely.
And relationship with Lamar Jackson. It's been categorized in the media the last couple of weeks for you. Good relationship with Lamar at the end?
Yeah, phenomenal relationship with Lamar. I mean, everything has been absolutely positive. Ask him; he'll tell you. I mean, we love each other. We tell each other we love each other. I mean, he's one of my favorite human beings. We revolutionized offensive football with Lamar Jackson. I don't know why that doesn't get written about more.
Right.
So let's talk about that.
Well, it's because
twice,
two
different
why?
times.
You know why, John? You talked about the love of football. You got to love football. You got to love squatting. By the way, your max is what right now?
Well, that's the squat. That's the bar squat where you put your hands on there.
Yeah, it's the fake one.
Yeah, the fake.
If you got a free bar, and what do you?
I can rep like 275.
What's your max right now?
Oh man,
you're 63.
I'm up over 300 pretty good.
Wow.
I can get under a bar. But you don't really want to max.
No, you don't. Not at 63
that's safe.
But people don't understand if you say reps. It's like, what is reps?
Yeah.
It's max. People want to know your max.
It's like what's your bench press, dude?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm probably 250.
Wow.
No, probably 260 now.
That's
impressive.
I can still do. You look good.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to look like you when I'm 63.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 50. Anyways, you mentioned Lamar Jackson and the revolution.
But we digress.
Dude, I can't help it. I still work out too. I see you squatting 404 pounds for reps, and I'm like, dude, I want this guy. Lamar Jackson and you guys revolutionized offense in the NFL, particularly how good of a runner he is. Jackson Dart is not Lamar Jackson, but he is a very athletic player. I know you saw, I'm sure, the criticisms of him taking shots and not knowing how to get hit, but he got better as the season went on. How do you look at him from a quarterbacking standpoint? He's not traditional drop back passer. He's not Lamar or Randall Cunningham or any of those kind of type runners, but he is a unique player.
Right.
How do you best utilize him?
I think that's really a great description because really what that is it gives you options. So there's elements of offensive football now that weren't around really 10 years ago that people are using now. It's quarterback driven stuff, the stuff that we were talking about. It's also RPOs, run pass options, and there's different iterations of that. When you can do those kind of things with a quarterback, it just makes everything else better. So if you add the quarterback into the run game and the defense has to defend the quarterback, that's hats that aren't being directed toward the running back. Running backs especially like that.
Right. I always say you're defending the sixth skill position player.
Yeah.
When you have a quarterback who can move.
Right. I mean, it's going to be in some way or another because if we want to read the end man, the line of scrimmage, now we can arc block for the sixth player that you're talking about.
Right.
Now you don't have to count for him off the edge anymore. Or you can do it with a throw. You can say, I'm going to hand it off or I'm going to throw it in behind him. That's what teams are doing now. College football is doing it. Jackson's very capable of doing all those things.
Yeah, he is. Where are you at in your coordinator search?
I'm in it. I'm somewhere in it right now.
But will it be people you're familiar with?
Well, there'll definitely be people I'm familiar with. I mean, but I'm familiar with a lot of people, So, and really, maybe I say that because I don't know for sure yet. I mean, you talk about different guys. I mean, I'm sure you guys are talking about Todd Monken.
Yeah, of course.
I think has done a phenomenal job. I just look at the numbers, and he's a lot of fun to work with. I think the guys are going to really love him if we get him here or whatever. But he's interviewing today in Cleveland for the head coaching job. So you just never know where these things are going to go. But I will say this, Tiki, there's a lot of coaches that want to come coach here.
Of course.
I mean, there's
really talent on this team.
There is. There's talent in this team, and people love this fan base. I think there's a lot of coaches that want to be here.
Are there any coaches on the current staff that you've spoken to that you've identified maybe bringing back?
I'm speaking to those guys tomorrow.
Okay.
So, yes, there are guys. It's a good coaching, really good coaching.
We love Priscillo.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll mention that to him. Yeah.
All right.
That's not the first recommendation I've gotten either. It's a lot of good recommendations on a lot of guys, so I'm excited about those guys.
Would you go back, like a couple of the names that jump out at me, because you're defensive coordinators. You've employed some good ones over the years. Rex Ryan even though it was brief. Would you bring him back? Wink Martindale, guys like that?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you what. Hey, why not? I mean, can you imagine Rex coming back in here? Would that be
nuts?
I mean, how much fun would you guys have?
I mean, Pat Hanlon would have a heart attack.
Yeah. I tell you, I mean, but listen, I'm not ruling anything out. I mean, a guy like Rex, he's around the game. He knows the game. He's going to have to get updated a little bit with some of the scheme stuff, but I'll tell you what, Rex. Nobody calls a better game than Rex Ryan. Mm-hmm. Rex Ryan, he built great defenses, but he called a great game, and there's a lot to be said.
You think
for that.
he wants to do it again? Be a DC again?
I don't know. We'll have to give him a call.
You're going to call him? Yeah. Is that the plan?
Why not? I talk to Rex a lot.
You talked a lot about your wife and how fantastic she's been. It's different living up here.
Yeah.
Were you guys going to settle? Like, it's just you and your wife and your daughter who's in law school, I know. Yeah. But it's different living up here. But are you excited to experience what New York has to offer? You mentioned the skyline, but as Rodney Hampton told me when I was a rookie, stay out of that place.
Yeah.
I moved in like the next year.
You moved in?
I lived on the Upper East Side my entire career.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was great.
How was the commute?
It was easier. It was easier than some of the guys that lived in Clifton because they're fighting traffic going into the city. Yeah. I'm against it. So I'd get here in 25 minutes. It would take them 45 minutes.
Maybe we'll have to do that. Maybe we'll get some sort of an apartment, get a 2-bedroom.
Right, with that contract that you have right now, you can get a pied-à-terre for sure.
It's going to be great. It's going to be different for us. I mean, it's just a whole different type of a place, and it's really exciting. People are great. We have a lot. We know a lot of people from here.
Right.
Our daughter played lacrosse. There's a lot of lacrosse players from around here that played with her at Notre Dame, and I don't know. I just think it's going to be really different. We have been more country mouse over the years, Tiki. So, I don't know if we're gonna be city mice or not, but I guess you're just a city mouse here no matter what. This is New York.
You find your way there one way or another.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jersey's beautiful. You're going to find some place.
We do. We always take 1 weekend a year and we go Broadway. We stay at the Marriott down there and we go Broadway. So
nice. We're talking to John Harbaugh, head coach of the New York Giants. What were the conversations like with Jackson Dart? Because we've heard so much that you guys talked a lot during this process. Did you talk ball? Did you talk life? Was he interviewing you or you interviewing him?
I did feel like I was getting interviewed. I feel like I was getting grilled just a little bit. No, it was football and it was life and it was football. Then it was football again. Then a little life and then back to football.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of football. And I was fired up, man. He got me fired up. The guy he eats it, breathes it, talks it, wants to be around football all the time. You love that.
Yeah. So you said this kind of in your presser, talking about wanting to win a Super Bowl, but the Giant fan has been beat down over the last decade plus. What would be your message to the Giant fan? I mean, we all know your success. We know what you bring, but it's here, and we're excited for this.
It's great. It's funny. Like that's a question I get. I've been asked a lot today. By every media thing, and I really probably given terrible answers because I never even thought about that. Like, what's my message to the fans? It's like, well, I don't know. I'm just like, what do you say? You say, you know what? I want you to be proud. I want you to be proud of what you see. I want you to watch a football team out there that you can brag about. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, this is my team. This is the way they play, and I can relate to these guys and how they play. That's what I want. I want them to be happy. I want them to be fired up about their team.
Yeah.
I want them to look at a team and say, man, these guys are what I'm about. That would be my message to them.
Yeah.
We got to get there. We got to earn that.
Yeah.
That's what we got to work for.
So what's the message to the team? What would be your first
message
message
to the team? Is exactly the same.
Hmm.
It's the same exact message that we got to build, and you got to earn that, right, man?
Right.
I mean, you want to go out there and you got to win in the margins, right? We understand what that means. You know how tight it is in this league. No team is as good as they say they are, and no team is as bad as they say they are. It's all way exaggerated. Every team is right there. Just watch our season in Baltimore last year. Watch my new team season last year in New York. Watch every single team in the league. Look at the playoff games, right?
Yeah.
It comes right down to the margins. You win or lose. But you got to earn the right to be in the margin,
right.
Fighting in the margin. And then what are you doing every single day to be good enough to find a way to make a play when it counts the most? How do we get a stop? How do you get off the field? You got to get a sack. You got to bat a ball. You got to tip a ball. You got to get an interception to get off the field. Somebody's got to make that play. Okay, it's everything that you do before that gets you to that place where when it happens, you're like, it happened. And you don't know why it happened.
Yeah.
It just happened because of all those things you did along the way.
Yeah, but I also know this, Coach. If it starts happening over and over and over and over again, you start expecting it to happen.
You're darn right.
Yep.
And that's how you turn great.
That's exactly right.
Coach, there's this
I'm
magic.
gonna make that part of the message too.
Yeah, hey, that's right.
There's this
I can't strap them on anymore.
magic word in sports radio that drives some people nuts and some people love it. Analytics. A lot has been discussed about your love with analytics. What do you bring to the table analytically, or what you're looking for compared to where the Giants were previous that could get reshaped here?
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at, but to me, analytics is kind of an interesting term because to me, it's just breaking down film. That's what it really is. I mean, it's football. My dad was doing it in 1973 in our basement with a 16-millimeter projector, and we were right there with him, helping him do it. So
amazing.
it's really not. It's the same thing. But it's way more computerish now, and they got way more information. So really, what it is now, it's like taking all that information because you got reams and reams of it, and making sense of it. All right, and then defining it in football terms. Like, what does this mean? What can I learn from this? Apply it to the game plan, or what can the players take from it that they can actually take onto the field and help them play better? That's really that's what it's all about. It's deciphering all of the information. Maybe that's what analytics means.
What was? I'm sure you're worried about the Giants and what job you were going to take next. But what was your reaction to Mike Tomlin? You guys have been linked together, rivals in the same division. Your reaction to Tomlin moving on from the Steelers?
Yeah, that's kind of nostalgic. We had a nice conversation before the game, and it's crazy. I mean, it's just, to me, it goes back to it's kind of the way God works. I mean, how about that? The same year.
Yeah.
He started 1 year before me, but the same year after all those games and all those battles, and he said to me one time, he said, we will be linked forever.
It's true.
And it's like, it is true. It's true. And next time I see him, maybe we'll have a beer or something and talk about it because we've never really talked about it beyond that, but it's pretty cool.
You think he'll coach again? You get the impression?
Yeah, I do think he'll coach again. I do.
See, I don't. I think he might be done.
Yeah, maybe so. He'll be great on TV.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I mean, he'll be amazing.
No, he definitely will.
He's just a smart, articulate guy.
Playoffs in the first year, Coach?
Listen, we're going to try to win every game. We expect to win every single game. We're going to let the chips fly. You guys want me to make predictions?
No, I don't want you
Coach,
to make
I'll
predictions.
sign for the In the Hunt graphic in December.
I don't.
In the Hunt graphic.
That's all I'm asking for.
I put on a helmet and a jockstrap. These guys didn't, so I know you can't make predictions. But I do want to know. You work out at what time in the morning?
5:30.
5:30 over here in the gym.
Yeah.
I might meet you one day.
Oh boy.
There we go.
He's going to take me. He's going to take me down.
Yes, he is. Coach, congratulations.
I have a certain pace. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
See if you can keep up.
I'm also 50, dude. It's not like I'm 40.
Great seeing you.
Likewise,
Thank you,
Coach.
Yeah.
Great to see you, Coach.
Congratulations. Welcome to New
Great
York,
meeting
baby.
you guys. Great meeting you guys.
There he is, the head coach of the New York Football Giants, John Harbaugh. Quick break. We'll come back.